All right, we're just going to do a quick rapid video. If we look at, because I need my voice to warm up and my microphone to warm up, I've been doing okay. All right, I've been doing decently. But if you notice, I went on a pretty oofy streak, right? So we got to 1300, and then we did the natural thing that 1300s do, or 1200s, or anybody, really. And we just ran back down. Yeah, see here, there's a few blitz games, but here, there we go. hold on. Here, 1392, 1300. Haha! And then that was the last rapid game. Well, I had a 1294. Anyway, we are struggling a bit to stay around 1300, and that's natural. Anytime you hit a threshold, it's going to take a while to stay at that point. So we're going to play a quick game. 1236. So who knows? Let's see. E4, E5. We are attacking the center. Knight out. Something kind of normal. Defending the center. Let's make sure that everything's okay. We got a Ruy Lopez right there. So let's push this back. And then now we can come here. So we don't want to push it back again. There is a line here, though. I say with confidence. There's like a martial attack, but I don't know nothing about it. Okay. They open up the diagonal. I've been burned before by coming here. Here. Does it work? I think the attack does. Here, push up. Oh, I have done this before because you can get ran over in this position for sure, right? So I've been in this position before. You come here, they hit you with a center fork trick. Boop, boop, here. And the critical thing I'm pretty sure you have to do is bust this boy back to here. And then maybe come back this way or something. So we don't want to do that. We could go a little passive. This is why we can throw down here, stop this pin, but we don't need to stop it right now. We don't necessarily need to stop it right now. Well, we could bust open the center. What does that look like? Takes. Takes here. There's no reason to bust open the center right now. We are not further developed. They have not taken, they've not made a mistake. So let's develop. Here, this runs into too much stuff that I've been caught in before and just creamed. Here, they can just push me back. Here, and My boy's looking trapped, and I don't super like it. And sometimes when you're, well, this would be a nice diagonal to hold on to. We're going to go here. 3 minutes is too long for an opening. They can develop their knight. That's fine. Oh, does that drop this pawn? Interesting. So I guess we just eat that pawn, huh? I mean, we have to take back. Question is, do we take back this way and release 2 of our pieces? Or this way and have the saddest bishop in the world? I'm going to go this way. So they win that pawn. Not exactly sure what they're doing. Well, I took 3 minutes, so they could stand to take a minute or two. Dealing with a bit of a head cold lately. My dark square bishop is not great. I need to get castled to safety. They have no light squared bishop, so that is good with air quotes. Okay. So, what's the mistake here? This, here, here. None of these is a problem. We could come here and block these 2 squares while... that's double isolated pawns, but they would be doing to their detriment. We don't need to... We can castle. It's a very annoying square for them. We could come here, but I mean they just develop with their boy. So I'm thinking we develop here. Just a solid developmental move. Getting our pieces off the back rank. They can't do anything yet. Pushing a pawn. They can come out here and continue to develop. Could go here. They could castle for sure. If they castle, what are we thinking? Would be nice to hit boom, boom. They're looking at each other. And like hit them with something like that. Bow! Except it's protected twice, so that's really not an issue. Okay, so they have castled. We can castle. Let's really, really look at it, huh? What else could we do? I do see a few problems, right? So here, bishop comes here. Booty move. We could come here and just tie down this pawn. But then you move up, and our dark squared bishop is out of the game. If you castle, so here they're coming straight there for sure. What if we don't? What if we play a slower move? The problem is they're going to unwind a bit. Maybe they come out this way, and then they can push. While this hangs a piece, it is actually a very annoying move. And this is kind of that issue, right? So now my primary focus needs to be getting my dark squared bishop out. Here, that's annoying. Well, if they come up, that's a pawn break, right? So I have the saddest dark squared bishop in the world right now. They have the space advantage and a pawn. So they're kind of fine. My king is less safe. I am more developed. So breaking open the center could be an idea, but not a piece sack worthy idea. Just because, now we're here. Now, it might not be terrible if, say, I can castle and get, an Alekine's gun, right? Okay, so they do that. What if I don't castle that way? Okay, so castle. They're kind of lined up on this weak pawn. I could come this way. Start pressuring down the big diagonal that they actually kind of let me have. They could have went here. And I guess they still could. This is protected by the queen. So if I went here, they would just take it. Okay. Their pawns are closer on the king side. I don't have... There's no open files yet. There's no open files yet. If I come here, you could go here or something. Takes and takes. So that's not an option. No. Okay, let's see here. No, because you're not threatening anything. You're threatening to mess with my pawn structure, but you're kind of sacking a piece for that. So we're going to... There's no open files for my opponent yet. I have an open file right here. We are going to attempt to maybe castle long and use the open file. That's the goal. That's the goal. Plus, I have the slightest bit that I can technically come here and push their bishop back one. But then again, my dark square. So after castling, I think we're not going to do this until we can fix our dark squared bishop. Because the dark squared bishop is god awful. If I come here, okay, waiting move, and so we want to. So if we castle, okay, we're here. Let's see. Can we get forked with anything? No. Their pawns are slightly closer. So that does stress me out a bit. Could go here and blunder our knight. We're just going to go with castling. They could come here and kind of mess with the pawn structure, but again, we're sacking pieces. Which we don't need to be doing. Let's see. Here. Nope. And just not a lot of ways to get in. They could sack a piece, maybe. This pawn is now up for grabs. Okay. Is this a free pawn? What are we going to do? Here? It is a free pawn. So what do we do now? I think we come here. We could come back. We could also come here. So queen moves. Queen don't even gotta move. What do we like? I don't think we like this as much. It don't matter. We can just come back. We just come back. Come back and it's fine. Here. Nope. Still doesn't work. Still doesn't work. Could come here. What are we aiming at? Nothing. You're not aiming at nothing. So we could go here. Takes. You're threatening to take with the pawn, though. So let's not do that. You're not threatening that pawn. Well, hold on. Here takes. Here could be annoying. So, is there a way to prevent that? Here takes. Nah. I think you can actually still do it, which is hilarious. No, you can't, because I take with check. That fork's going to be vicious, though. Now, very well, we might not win. This was a very risky move. This is absolutely the plan. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So now what do we got? We need to move our asses. We can't have that fork. So what do? Come here. Come here. Or here. Let's go here. But then, here, takes, here, here. Okay. So that vicious fork is no longer a thing. Well, okay. I do not see a way out of it, but damn. How did I fuck that up? Motherfucker. I looked at it, too. I looked at it. Instead, you just take this motherfucker. All right, we're resigning. You don't lose your... Damn. Damn. Okay. Outside of that, I think we played very well. Also, like, this is maybe a blunder. Oh, god damn. I think the way to get out of it would be something like this. Here. And you throw down, like, here. Or you do this. Damn, let's do a game review. I felt I played really well, except for that 200 motherfucking Elo blunder. Yeah. Yeah, see. Two blunders. Oh, so I blundered. And then I blundered. Yeah, in this situation, right? Usually the best thing you can do is eat that loss. You just eat the loss. 2 pawns for a piece. Does it suck? Yeah. And you're probably not winning. Damn. Okay, let's see. Damn, I was already... Oh, I guess I lost a... Yep. Sure. Wrong way. Okay. So now I'm a little bit better, and then I blunder. So I get to be a little bit better. I get to be a little bit better. Okay, so now we know, right? I don't know the move. But what's the move? I guess the move technically was this, because we saw it, right? And if you take, I take. Here. Ain't this just another... That's a blunder, probably. Right? Ooh, it's a brilliant. Why? Because it's not a particularly great move. So you got to do something. It's just a pawn. Look at me. I'm motherfucking brilliant. Obviously, you can't take... We're up a pawn. But, Oh, we lost our advantage. Motherfucker. So we ran right into a trap. We had a great move. A brilliant, even. Okay, so we saw the brilliant. What we did not see is this quiet move. And it would be interesting to... Oh, yeah. Because I wanted to... What I saw is I wanted to get something on here. I saw this. I thought we could go here, 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 here. Maybe something like over here. So my plan wasn't even great. Let's see. How bad was it? Let's see. Blunder here. So that's a miss, obviously. What about this? You know why that's a blunder? Because you could just take it back. Damn it. I was all wrong. Do not put your queen in here. This is just the worst bishop ever. Okay. Well, 2 blunders in a row. I played like a 1,000. And in these situations, you always just eat it. Don't try to get fancy. That was the plan. This Mullica right. Well. You can't always win, and we'll look at it later. These are hard to look at, though. Honestly, it's hard to... And even, here's my problem with the game review, right? I've bitched about this before, never mind. Anywho, I hope y'all had fun. I had fun right up until like 3 minutes ago. So D3. Okay. So here you're supposed to play this up. Here you just lose the pawn, right? What? You just come right back? I think it's because you're the intent. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of turning all this stuff off, right? Analysis. Turn all this off. We know what they say the best move is. Okay. Whoops. So, I think the reason this is the best move, yes, it puts you on a better diagonal, but you want to come here. Just in case they pull some shystiness like this, right? Because if they take, you take, they take, and you're down. So, but now you're on a diagonal, right? Maybe they castle here, and you develop to here maybe, and then I think they might be able to do the center fork trick on you. Problem is this is hanging, right? Here. And then now it becomes What's funny is we're not actually worried about that. Here. Dang, I think this works. Here. Here and here. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on. Oh, it's still pinned. So now this is the threat, right? Here. You can go here. This is kind of the best of bad options. Don't go here. Look. Bap. Okay. So they can't do the center fork trick. How did this get here? Nah, bishop b5. Oh, there we go. Then we go castles. Got it. Bet you we're not better, but I think we're fine here. Yeah. Perfectly fine here. So knight's e3. Yep. Wrong move. Knight takes e5. Here. Takes d4, huh? So I'm saying here, d takes e5, knight takes e4, and then this would be the blunder in this situation. So you'd have to go knight to d2, and then here you're going c5. Interesting. And now, I mean, it's a game. It's a d3. Okay, so in the Rui, we want to push up, and then that way we can develop. Okay. Because here, yeah, I watched Daniel Nardisi video. He was like, you don't necessarily want to do this, because I think this actually, like puts your, yeah, because now he actually can come here. So here, I actually don't think we have the time. So knight f6. It likes knight f6. It's a completely reasonable move. D5. Oh, and then you're kind of, knight d4. And then you've transposed into like this kind of Italian-y. Okay. So this is the move that I don't think I played ever, right? Right. And it's saying knight c5. So it wants us to play here. What? Knight takes e4? Take toward the center. Then we're dealing with h4. Bishop takes f2 check. Huh. We're just playing with the engine now. But we're kind of looking at it, right? Here. So we kind of know why we're learning why this is a bad move, right? Because of what happened, right? They can immediately push you back, so they get a free pawn move. We don't want to push back because now our bishop has been locked away. So even if we do make this mistake, we need to come back, say, here. And this is okay because we're going to come up to, we're not developing our bishop on this diagonal. We're developing it on this one. Okay. Okay. So this is fine. Here. If we do this here, we can just come back. And we're almost worse. Let's see. Bishop to d2. b5. c2. Okay. And then we castle because we have no fear of this pin. d4. Bishop b7. There's enough on this. Castles. e8. Okay. And we're just developing, right? Okay, cool. Cool. Interesting. We did find a brilliant. Hey, look at that. Boom. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this rapid game with the follow-up of kind of, this is one of those we definitely flubbed in the middle game, not seeing a tactic, and then just straight hanging a queen. So hopefully wasn't the most, it sucks, but I hope this part was instructive where we kind of went over the why, say something as innocuous as the bishop move, right? Where is the bishop going? That's wrong. Why, right? And then why is this bad? So it's like, bad move. Why was that bad? Okay, and then the follow-up was bad too, because what we wanted to do originally was bring it back down here. But we could have easily did that, this way. So I hope you enjoyed it. This was, we're going to do fun in quotation marks.